ribs, more of this stuff, more of this stuff, more of this stuff. We've got plenty of pork belly left. We need a lot of salt and pepper. Luckily, it's like the cheapest thing. Okay. I think we're good. Check menu. Yep, buddy. Okay. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 20. Okay. Okay, and we've got plenty of hot potatoes, so yeah. Create edit enemies, add recipe. Put the carrots back in. The ribs. Salt and pepper. And mashed potatoes. Oh, I didn't put the scallops in. Yeah, add to menu. Alright. And I feel like it's worth putting up an advertisement. I don't know. I feel like $100 to get increase customers permanently by 2. I think it's fine. I don't think that's worth it actually. At this point, just open the restaurant. 34. Yeah, we're getting there. 45% of our goal. So people really like the sweet potatoes. Okay. Wow, these cloves are going fast. Okay. Paul, we're going up pretty far in Paul's relationship. Alright. Open the restaurant. 34 out of 34. We're at 52% of our goal. No families in this one though. That's a shame. But at least we're feeding everybody. Yeah, the artifice are going fast. Yep. I don't think we're gonna reach our goals, guys. This is really depressing. It gets really hard. This game is not easy. Like, trying to get these goals are super tough. Yeah, I think 22 is going to be enough. We're good. Open restaurant. 34 out of 34. There we go. Yep. Everybody likes their sweet potatoes. And the artificials are gone. Remove. Those artificials are so good. Giving us so much profit. Okay. For 72% of our... I mean, we're getting there. It's possible. It's getting late. I arrive in my bedroom. Time for sleep. 0 days left. Okay. Buy more of these. We need more... Yeah, the fish are really the thing to do. The thing to get. And the sweet potatoes. People really like the sweet potatoes. Okay. People like the scallops. People like the ribs. Definitely people like the fish. And this stuff, and this stuff. I don't have to get any more of the pork bellies, because people are just going to buy that whenever. Cloves, hot peppers. Okay. Get those artificials in there because that's our best seller. Yep. Okay. Open restaurant. I probably should have done. You know what? I think I'm gonna throw in an advertisement. Place an advertisement. Food blog it up. That's probably a good investment at this point. I probably should have done that first. If this messes up, I'll try it again, off camera. People really love the artifish. It's like my best thing. The next bros night with Paul gets back to what it usually was. Pete's at Paul's place with awful movies. Though I can't say it's completely back to what it was, since, well, Paul won't stop talking about Lisa now. Instead of dissing the movie, he ends up thinking about her, or if he does get his attention back to the movie, a certain scene causes him to think about Lisa. Again. Is it because he picked up a movie with a tall blonde heroine that wears glasses? Is this a subconscious thing or something? What should I say to him? Say you're happy that Paul is feeling better. Encourage Paul to see her again. Discourage Paul from seeing her again. Encourage him to... I feel like it seems like there's some unfinished business there. Like, it feels like... Okay, there's something to be said, of course, if you guys have, you know, broken things off. It's usually not a good idea to get back together if there was a good reason for breaking up. Right now, it didn't seem like there really was necessarily a legitimate reason for them to break up. Maybe they broke up prematurely. So in those cases, I'm like, maybe you should try again. But if there was truly a legitimate reason, that's another thing. But it doesn't seem like that's the case here. Encourage Paul to see her again. So, any plans of seeing her again? Paul throws one of the couch pillows at me and I laugh as I dodge it. Too slow, Paul. Whatever, man. I bet you'll probably be slow with Lisa too, huh? He throws in another pillow at me, and this time I didn't have much luck with dodging it. It hits me squarely in the face. Now who's too slow? Whatever, and besides, I meant to say you should see her again. And well, have some closure, you know? Bring about the peace both of you need. I didn't really say anything about dating her again. As if I thought you were. Right. I roll my eyes at him. Fine, maybe I was, but I'd very much prefer having that closure over anything else. Awesome. Okay. Open restaurant. 67%. I don't think we're gonna make it this time, guys. Again, this is really tough. Really, really tough. $2,940, 73% of our goal. And then try again. Yeah, we're close, but not quite there. We got to 90% of our goal. That should count for something, but I have a feeling it's not. I'm off, chef. Dante gave me a slight wave from my office door. It'd been a long day, but everything went just great. It hadn't been easy, but that made it a little more satisfying. See you tomorrow. Dante waved again and left. I turned my focus back to my numbers. Thanks to my parents' deadlines, it felt really strange to just go upstairs without making sure everything was in order finance-wise. I guess that was part of the point of them. I didn't even have one due for a while. Mom and Dad decided to take a cruise, so I couldn't exactly get the money to them even if they wanted it. Dad still insisted that I took the deadline money away. He expected to see it all when they got back, with interest too. I didn't really mind it so much. Keeping money put away was a good habit to be in. I'm not sure how much time I really spent sitting there going through all of the checks and receipts and cash, but I felt pretty tired when I was done. With a satisfied smile, I made my way up to the stairs to my place above the kitchen. It was really starting to feel like home here. So my apartment is actually above my restaurant. That's pretty cool. It was also starting to feel like it belonged to me. I owned a restaurant. I owned a restaurant that was doing well. Okay, my parents still owned it, but I'd own it soon myself. I was sure of it, except that I didn't quite make my 4,000 goal. It was a nice thing to be sure of. I went to bed pretty excited for the morning. It was strange. I was so excited to open the doors last night, but I was really dragging this morning. Almost like I was dreading something, but I couldn't put my finger on what it could possibly be. It means we didn't make the amount. I shook it off. Whether nerves I was having would go away the second I got to my station. I got in, said my hellos, and started to work. Time went by and everything was going smoothly until we hit the lunch rush. Boss! Kitty burst in looking like she'd run a marathon. We've got a customer! I held back from telling her what we get a lot of those. Oh, it's the critic! Tanya Tarver is out there! I gasped. My parents had warned me, but still, this was a big deal. She's a super important critic! I walked over to the door and had a quick peek. I doubt that she's just here for lunch. Me too. This is good news then. Once she tastes how good the food is, we'll start to get more customers. I wasn't really sure I wanted more customers. I mean, I'd like to be earning some more money, but things were pretty stressful even with the small amount of business I had. Still, more customers is better than no customers, and if this lady is as big as a deal as I've heard, then I'll need to impress her. Okay, did you get her order, Katie? Not yet. I wanted to let you know she was here first. Got it then. Let me know which one's hers, okay? Sure thing. Katie nodded firmly and rushed off. I went back into the kitchen. A minute later, Katie brought me a ticket with the name Tarver written on the side. I paled when I read what she wanted. The order wasn't even on the menu. I didn't even have the ingredients or the spices for it. What was with this girl? How could I give her something I didn't even have? No, this wasn't the time to panic. I could make this work. I had to make this work. I'm gonna see if I can't get these ingredients. Dante, can you man the station? Yes, chef. I rushed into my office, grabbed my wallet, phone, and keys, and ran out the back door. Ooh, this is getting intense. I hadn't even heard of the vegetable Katie wrote down here. At first, I thought maybe she had written it down wrong, but I was sure Paul would be able to work it out for me. And and Paul is in a better mood, hopefully. He looked pretty busy once I got there, but I was in too much of a hurry to be patient. When he spotted me, I waved at him, which made him walk over. You need something? Yes. I held the ticket out to him and he looked it over. Third thing down. The one I can't read? You can't? I was hoping you could. He handed the ticket back to me. Listen, look around the place and see if you can spot it, okay? I'm kind of busy here. Right. Come on, Paul. We're supposed to be friends, Paul. After some frantic searching, I couldn't figure out what I needed. Paul walked up to me and looked behind my shoulder. Still no luck? None. I'd call Katie and ask her, but I don't have her cell phone while she's waiting. I don't let her have her cell phone while she's waiting. Kind of a stupid rule now that I think about it. Tell you what, let me take a picture of it. If I can figure it out, I'll bring it by, okay? You will? Thanks, Paul. You're a lifesaver. No problem. Hope I can find it for you. I practically exploded into the butcher's, which made Claire jump. Are you okay? I need exactly this. I slapped the ticket onto the counter. I'd have read it to her, but I was still catching my breath. Claire looked the ticket over and clicked her teeth. I don't really have that in... What? You have to be kidding me. Sorry. She slid the ticket back to me. What was I gonna do now? Could I just substitute for something else? I didn't really have much choice. Hopefully the critic wouldn't take off many points. I couldn't believe I didn't have the spices I need for the dessert. You'd think all the things that'd be the first, if not only thing I had. Even if it wasn't something we had on the menu. Lisa didn't take much note as I rushed into the store. I whizzed past shelves trying to spot what I needed, but I couldn't find it. When I got to the register, she still hadn't noticed me over the book she was reading, so I cleared my throat. Oh, hey, sorry about that. You need something? Yes, I need, Great, I didn't actually know how to pronounce it. I took out my phone and showed her the recipe for the dessert. That? Lisa looked at it very carefully. Wow, really? That's pretty expensive. Is it? Sorry, I'll pop into the back and grab some for you, okay? Thanks. No problem. Lisa walked off, and a little while later she came back with a paper sack. Here it is, all $4,000 worth, which I don't have the money for. The profanities were about to fly out of my mouth, but I bit my tongue in surprise. Lisa laughed a little. I said it was expensive. Is it heroin laced with gold? Nah, just really hard to get over here. Is there something cheaper I can replace it with? I thought you might ask that, so I got some of that too. It won't taste the same though. Well, I guess I don't have a choice. I went with the cheaper option. Okay, let me just ring you up then. There we go. Enjoy your spices. I said thanks once more time, grabbed my purchase and ran out. But she didn't actually charge me for anything. After getting everything I could, I rushed back into the kitchen. Okay, I got the ingredients. I'll get them fired up right now. Do you need any help, Dante? No, chef. I'm gonna make sure she's still here. Yes. I'm gonna make sure she's still here. Yes, chef. Yes, boss? She's still here? Sure is. Thanks, Katie. When I went back into the kitchen to see Dante working calmly at his station. Right, I'm gonna get started on the dish. I didn't get everything that I needed, but I'll make do with what we have. I worked a little harder. I feel like if I had managed to have decent relationships with each of the people, which is really hard. It's really hard to balance, like, hitting all the goals and, like, having all the hanging out with all the people. That's tough to do. That's really tough. This is a really hard game. I worked a little harder on this meal than I probably would have if I hadn't known who I was giving it to. Of course, I wouldn't even be making something not on the menu if I hadn't. It occurred to me that she might have made the order just to see how I would react. Maybe she'd want me to have a backbone or something. Hopefully not. When the food was done, I set the plate onto the counter where Katie was already waiting for it. I'm getting to the dessert now. Yes, boss. Katie smiled at me and took the food. It took me a little longer to make the dessert than I'd expected, but I think I did a good job with it. When Katie fetched it, I tried to gauge the critic's reaction to the food from her expression. But she was as sunny as usual. How did she like it? No idea. She's taking it home with her. Oh, are you serious? Yeah, she's had the entree and is just waiting for the dessert. I was stunned. Was she even here to review my food? Was she even the person we thought she was? I was boiling now and Katie could see it. She's the last one here for lunch, so... When I looked at her, it must have been intimidating because she cringed a bit. Then she broke eye contact with me and took the dessert. I swallowed and stormed back into the kitchen. I didn't calm down, not even after I closed my doors. The nerve of that lady coming in here, making an order I couldn't fill, and then taking it to go. If I ever saw her face in here, I'd throw her out. But there was nothing more to do now than to go home fuming. That morning I was feeling just a little better, but only just. I decided to look Tanya Tarver up on the internet, and I easily found her food blog. My restaurant was the newest century. Oh, here we go. I don't think I did so well. Screw that lady. She'd give me an impossible order, and I'd done my best to fill it. She couldn't possibly expect the best out of something that wasn't even on my menu. Not that it mattered anyway. I was still running my restaurant, and I had no intention of stopping over one bad review. My food was good, and the fact that I was still open meant I was good at it. In a way, I'd won. Nothing was going to take that from me except for my parents. The end. Okay, well, that was another... I kind of wanted to see things finish off with Dante, but we didn't quite get to that point, so I'm gonna try again and see if we can get a better ending. I gave Claire a light wave as I entered the park. Her dog was being just as apprehensively obedient as usual while I sat by her side. Claire gave me a quick nod of acknowledgement as she spoke to someone on her cell. Okay, I know. She sounded mildly annoyed. I hope this doesn't color our evening. I gotta go. She held up a finger to let me know she'd be free soon as I walked up next to her. Bye. She gave me the biggest smile after she hung up. Sorry, Gramps always gets nosy when it gets close to beef season. That was your grandfather? Yeah, I mean, he's great. If not for him, I wouldn't even own the shop. But he's always so convinced I can't do the job. I laughed at how familiar that sounded. Claire made a clicking noise against her teeth to let her dog know it was time to walk. I couldn't seem to remember the dog's name. Well, except that it started with a G and it sounded strange. Also, there was Norse mythology involved. I guess I could ask her, but would that offend her? She talked to me about it at length, after all. I picture her getting snippy about it, maybe hitting me in the arm, and letting out a bit of a whine over me not really listening when she talks. But no, that's probably more something Emily would do. Claire was different. Why was I having such a hard time with this? Was I not over Emily as I thought? What are you thinking about? For a moment I heard that with Emily's voice. Nothing. Claire stared at me with a complex look. Clearly she didn't believe me. Still, she smiled at me anyway and turned her attention to the path in front of us. Haha, that's fine. We'll get those weird thoughts we don't want to share. After that, things settled to silence, but it was a very comfortable one. She might have had Emily's energy, but she was a lot more easygoing. That was always something I'd wished Emily could be. Though it would be nice if Claire got more excited about some things, I missed having a bright face to lift my spirits. I really needed to stop comparing them. You mind if we sit down? Claire's eyes moved to a nearby bench. I've been on my feet a lot today. Sure. Claire let her dog off his leash so he could run around the park a bit. Apparently she wasn't worried about him not coming back. We still didn't really talk. Claire sat close to me, her warm, soft body pressed against my arm, and we watched her dog frolic. Claire certainly had no issues with personal space. Of course, neither did Emily. Emily wasn't really as soft as Claire. This was a sort of a strange, since they had roughly the same body type. Plus, if anything, Claire should be less soft, since I imagine she did a lot of heavier lifting than Emily, and would be more muscular. Was it that Claire made me feel more comfortable? I never felt like I had to be alert around her. She was never going to say or do something that would need me to be on my toes. In fact, Claire was more than happy to just be calm and quiet around me. Like all she really needed to be content was my presence. It was kind of strange that we hadn't actually spoken to one another for most of the outing. With Emily, we talked about nearly a dozen different things by now. But then it's not like we actually tried to do quiet things. I'm not sure Emily was even capable of sitting still. I didn't really mind it much. Things never got boring with Emily around. And while it was nice to do something so calm, I could see myself getting pretty tired of it once the novelty wore off. This is a terrible thing to think. I really needed to stop comparing them. It wasn't fair to Claire. I need to get home. Oh, I think she noticed. Claire got up and whistled, which had her dog rushing back. This was fun. Yeah, it was. Claire gave me a very warm smile. Hey, what's your dog's name again? I prepared myself for a minor verbal assault, but I needed to see how Claire would react. She stared at me blankly for a moment, but then let out a light laugh. Garm, can't really blame me for not remembering a name like that. Well, I remembered it was something Norse, and started with a G. Haha, that's better than Gramps. He keeps calling the dog Charlie. Claire leashed Garm as I made more of an attempt at remembering the name. Why does he call him Charlie? No reason, I guess. He just likes the name better. Right. I got up and dusted off my pants. Oh, next time I want to come over to your place. Whoa, I have something I want to show you. Do you mind? Whoa, this is getting really serious. No, sure, it's fine. Great, let me know when you're free. Claire hooked the leash to Charlie. No, wait, Garm, and waved at me as she headed for her car. I need to clean up my place a bit. Ooh, trying to get all things prepared for Claire. Oh, I get to think about Dante. My buzzing thoughts had been keeping me up all night. I hadn't been interested in Dante like that before, but now that it was an option, I couldn't get him out of my head. Did I just want something I couldn't have? Had I really been blind about myself for so long? I'd always liked girls before, right? I couldn't even pull my thoughts into something cohesive from the lack of sleep. I need to go to work in 4 hours. Was there even a point of trying to go to sleep now? Maybe I shouldn't even open the restaurant tomorrow. I'd be too tired to really do my job to my usual standards, and I wouldn't have to see Dante. But Katie would be pretty upset about not getting a day of pay, plus I couldn't really afford to lose business like that. Maybe I should fire Dante. No, don't do that. No. No, that's terrible. Ugh, I really need to talk to someone about this, but who? It's really late, so I probably shouldn't call anyone. But I might think I need to. This is a pretty big deal for me. What should I do? I might as well get up and slowly get to work, ready to work. It won't hurt me to go in early. The sound of my knife thumping against the cutting board as I worked was starting to become hypnotic. It was a horrible decision to try not to get any sleep at all, and I was really feeling it now. It didn't help that I had a metric ton of caffeine in my system right now to compensate. The pain in my finger didn't register immediately. First I felt extra resistance from the knife and then saw the blood roll down the cutting board. Chef, are you okay? Dante! When had Dante gotten in? He looked really alarmed. When I looked at my hand, I could see why. I'd cut my finger pretty badly. Blood was getting everywhere. Did you cut it off? Dante rushed over to my station and dug around the pile of ingredients I'd roughly cut up. No, I don't think I did. That's about when the pain shocked my system. F me. Well, not when he not like, awkward. Suddenly I was very aware of the fact my finger was hurt. The adrenaline really waked me up too. I rushed my hand over to the sink and washed the blood. Thankfully, there were no bits of it missing. It's okay, I still have the finger. Boss, you okay? Katie rushed into the kitchen from my office. I hadn't noticed her come in either. Had she been on time? Oh, this was not the best time to think about anything that wasn't my finger. Get the first aid kit. Dante, while surprised, was pretty calm, though I guess with as big a family as he has, he's probably had to deal with stuff like this before. Katie nodded and rushed back to my office. Dante pulled my hand from the water by the wrist to look at my cut. I think you cut it to the bone. We need to get you to the hospital. I just nodded numbly. I kind of hated how useless I felt right now. Between the pain and the sleep deprivation, I really wasn't able to logically work out what I needed to do right now. I almost wished my mom was here, but then that would mean dealing with her. I got the kit! Katie came over to me and opened it up. She was actually pretty skilled with the kit. She knew exactly what she needed to use to lessen the pain and clean the wound up, and she did it really quickly. You're really good at that. Thanks. Katie smiled at me and started to put things back into the kit. I'm going to take you to the hospital. Do I need to clean up for you guys? He's probably going to need stitches. I don't know if we'll be opening up today. I should be fine. It honestly did feel a little better. I wasn't sure if the injury was as bad as Dante was making it out to be. I probably wasn't the best person to be making the call right now, though. We should still go. Yeah, sure. Okay, I'll clean up then. Thanks, Katie. If you really want to thank me, you'll still pay me for today. Katie's tone was teasing, but she was probably half serious. I laughed.